Are y'all live yet? Okay.
Garrett, you got him?
Yep, yeah, we are live.
Okay.
Alrighty, I want to welcome everybody to tonight's race, the Geist Racing 100. Guys are out on the track right now qualifying, and we'll have to see where everybody ends up this evening. But I want to welcome my good friend Jamie to the broadcasting booth for this evening's race. Should be a lot of fun here. 67 laps at Chicagoland. What do you think, Jamie?
Us from here tonight.
Awesome. I expect a good race tonight too, and it kind of looks like guys are out here and qualifying, and a couple guys here at the top are pretty close together. Only a couple hundredths of a second separating people.
Yeah, no surprise. Garrett Kinder is at the top of the board right now. He was fastest in practice. Looks like speeds are. His speed was one of the only ones off from the practice round, but he's still maintaining that top spot. Looks like we got about, I don't know, 6 guys that may or may not be taking a qualifying lap. 20 of them have gone, so we'll keep an eye here. They've still got almost half of the session left to get a lap in, so they might still go out there.
Yeah, a lot of time left for sure. And like I said, it is really close, really tight up there, and Justin Henry seems to popped up there into third place now. Again, only 4 1/100ths of a second separating, first to third, and it's real tight down through the field. So can't wait to see what that equates to when we actually take this green flag and these guys get into this tight racing here at Chicagoland.
Yeah, I see Brighton Danner in the 227 car. He just put his lap down, got up to 19th. It looks like he's the only rookie class driver in the field tonight. So be interesting. Keep an eye on him and see how he competes with some of these A-rated guys that we've got in this field.
Yeah, absolutely. And there we see old Justin Henry pulling it in from Mobile, Alabama, and take a look at the 48 pulling out right now and see what Allen can do and laying down a lap here in the 48 car.
We got one of those Mobile, Alabama drivers on our team too, old Cody McElwain. Those guys typically aren't very fast, so it's nice to see Justin up there in the top 3. Just kidding, Justin.
Yeah, you got to give them guys a little bit of heck there from Alabama.
Just for the safety rating.
We love it. Absolutely love it.
Somebody had to say it.
Fun group of guys in this league.
Absolutely. It's always a good time. No matter what Rebels race is going on, it's a great group of guys that come out here and race. Fun to race with. Just finished up the Xfinity race no more than about an hour ago or so. Had a phenomenal race there. So, again, can't wait to see what these ARCA guys do here at Chicago. Times are a little bit faster. I know me and you stepped out there on the track and to see what these ARCA cars would do, and we did it during the daytime, and it was slick. But seems these ARCA cars here at night have got them hooked up and running some fast laps.
Yeah, they're definitely putting down some fast laps. I mean, they're almost a full second faster than what we were running in our little practice session we had going on. So, I don't know. We'll see how the cars handle throughout the. Ooh.
Yeah.
Alan Warnecki just took the top spot away from Garrett Kinder with a 30.687.
Yeah, that is definitely the first time we've seen somebody step out by more than only a couple hundredths of a second. He stepped out there by a full 10th.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Must have been waiting for that temperature to just get right before he made his lap.
Yeah, let some of them other boys get out there, lay down a little bit of rubber, and he went out there and laid down a smoking lap there.
Definitely going to be a competitive race here tonight. Close field, so should be some good racing.
Yeah, I mean, your top 8 drivers, all sub, 31 seconds. And then you got a great group of guys. Your next 10 drivers or 12 drivers, are only half a tenth to 6/10 of a second slower than those guys. So this is a tight field.
Oh, definitely. And yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch. I mean, because you got big names in this league, guys that run well in every series that they're in, that are spread throughout this field. So it should make for some exciting racing.
Yeah, can't wait to see what old Garrett Kinder's got up his sleeve for tonight's race, and I see Joaquin is in the race this evening as well, sitting in 5th place in the 42 car. Should be exciting to see what he gets out there and does. And I see old Jesse Necula, a familiar face from a lot of the series, sitting in 11th right now, and right behind him, Josh Oswald, again another familiar face from a lot of these series. Out here racing in these ARCA cars at Chicago tonight. So it should be pretty exciting.
Yeah, the Jet is, he seems to be unbeatable in that street stock series.
He does.
They put money out trying to beat that guy. So we'll see what he's got for the ARCA cars.
Yeah, it seems like anytime anything's ever shown up when it comes to the street stocks or some of these other series, his name pops to the top real quick. So kind of surprised to see him a little bit back in the field right now. But knowing him, he's going to work his way to the front pretty quickly.
Yeah, he seems to be, he's one of those patient guys. He don't really use up his stuff too much early on. He'll be around at the end for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we got old Philip Manzo sitting back in 22nd. Kind of the namesake of the series for this evening, and be curious to see what he ends up doing and how he works his way up through the field as well. So getting ready to take the everybody's hitting the grid, so kind of pull it up here. Congratulations to Alan. Like I said, one heck of a fast lap there to 30.688. Garrett Kinder starting 2nd, and then we've got Jonah Colbert starting 3rd, and Justin Hendry starting 4th. Good old Joaquin Meza sitting there in 5th in the 42 car. Be interesting to see how he comes up. And Charles Stevens sitting in 6th. Kenny Leap in that 55 car starting in 7th. Mickey Isaac starting in 8th. Todd Shazat, and I'm sure I messed your name up, Todd, but good job there in the 426 9th. And then to round out your top 10, we got Kai Schappert in the 60 car.
Alright, starting 11th, we got Jesse Necula in the 29. In 12th, we got Josh the Jet Oswald, and then the 17 car. And 13th, we got Brandon Wallace in the number 99. 14th, Eric Santee. Starting 15th is Aaron Adcock. 16th is Ray Page. 17th is Mac Veith. 18th, Spencer Guy. Eric Burkhalter in the 19 starting position. Rounding out the top 20 is Tyler Rice.
These guys are all gritted up and ready to get rocking and rolling. So let's jump to our pole sitter, Alan, and wait for this green flag to drop.
While we're waiting for him to come to the green, they're asking give a shout out to Magic Mike. Not seeing Magic Mike in the field tonight. One of the most popular guys in the league. So Magic Mike, hope you're watching, and thanks for all you do for the league. It's well appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. Always enjoy running with Magic Mike, and he always puts on a good series and puts on a lot of fun runs for the original Rebels, and so it's awesome to be here and being able to call one of his series for sure. And I think the green flag's getting ready to drop, and they're off, and it looks like Kender got a heck of a jump there. It's got him cleared going down into one. Coming
Looks
off.
like we got a good clean start through the whole field. Everybody's underway.
A little 2x2 going down through the field, but looks like our top, at least 3 drivers are single file at this point in time, and a little 2x2 behind them. Looks like a, oh, we have got a caution flag.
Checking up the pace car, checking up the pace car, checking up the pace car.
Let's see if we can kind of go back through the field and see what we had going on here. Oh, it looks like we got the 9 car of Mike Vaith. That is, wow, he looks to have hit that wall pretty hard there. So let's see if we can't back it up here a little bit and see what happened.
Yeah, he's definitely got a lot of front end damage, and the back end's wrinkled too. Looks like he's probably going to need to use that fast repair pretty early on here tonight, which is unfortunate. You don't want to have to use it this early.
So as we're taking a look at it here, looks like it happens in front of him. We've got a couple of guys spinning, and then looks to be a little bit of
Yeah, I'm seeing damage to the 227 of Brighton Danner. And who was the other car around him?
we've got a couple damaged cars here right now. So let's get back live here and see what we're doing. Yeah, 227 definitely has some rear damage there. It looks like he's decided to go ahead and stay out, as he's still out on track. And see if we can't pick up the 9 car. Coming out of pit road, definitely looks like he used his fast repair. He's got that car all fixed up. You know, I hate it for him, you know, on lap 3. So hopefully he can make it through the rest of the race here clean, and not have to worry about, you know, using up that fast repair so quickly.
Yeah, it definitely changes your approach when you have to go to it that soon. It will factor in. It'll be in his mind for sure, and that'll be part of his decision-making process going forward. As he knows that he no longer has that in his back pocket. So, but hopefully he's gonna, you know, be patient and just work his way back through the field and end up with a good run, anyways.
I hope so. You know, you always hate to see those early cautions like that, and kind of looked like the 9 car was just a victim of things happening in front of him. But these cars, I mean, they could definitely be a handful. The ARCA cars are, you know, coming off some of these corners and being able to keep that car underneath you can be a task. And, you know, guys still getting a feel for it on the first few laps here. So not surprised to see a caution come out, but hopefully, you know, we get some good green flag racing from this point forward.
Yeah, I think we'll see him settle down a little bit and, you know, get good green flag run here.
Yeah,
Tell you what, once again, it's my second broadcast doing this ARCA series, and some of these guys can really paint cars. There's some nice looking cars in this field.
oh, absolutely. Some good looking cars out here this evening, and it's good to see them under the lights. I mean, some of these guys, when they get to painting some of these cars, they really set them up for, you know, the nighttime, and they really shine.
It was old DW saying that nighttime's the right time, and we're getting ready to go green flag racing again.
All right, and Garrett definitely gets out to a little bit of a lead, stacked up 2x2 behind him. So we'll kind of look back and see how our pole sitter's doing, and he's on the outside right now with the 31 below him. Everybody seems to have settled in here a little bit.
Yeah, that's the second start in a row that Garrett has really gotten a good start. And, you know, the first time he didn't have the opportunity to go when he wanted to go. He had to wait till it was actually green. And so these restarts have been impressive from him.
And I'm already seeing a couple of the guys taking the apron down there on that front stretch. You know, just trying to cut the track a little bit, gain a little bit of time. Seems our pole sitter now is taking that high line and is really making up some time on Garrett.
Yeah, I noticed in practice that the fast way around was the bottom, but you could get good runs off that high side, and it's probably going to be a little better for your tires as well. So we'll see if Garrett changes his line up now that he sees what the 48's doing.
It definitely seems that he has moved up the track a little bit. It looks like the rest of the field right now is kind of spread out a little bit. But there is definitely going to be a race for the lead here very, very shortly as our pole sitter Allen is on the back bumper of Kinder and putting some pressure on him.
Yeah, and good side-by-side racing right behind them between, looked like Justin Hendry and Jonah Colbert. Looks like Jonah Colbert's cleared him for now. He looks like he's wanting to get up there and get with Garrett and Allen and race for the lead here.
Yeah, absolutely. And got a little bit of side-by-side racing back here for 4th and 5th place, but Justin Hendry settled back down in line. And everybody is single file. Head back up and see how our leader's doing. And Jonah Colbert is putting a lot of pressure on the 48 car right now.
Yes, he is. He looks fast. Don't know if he's using up too much tire doing that. We'll see how it works out for him, but he is definitely making a move for the front.
He's using a little bit lower of a line, and kind of like we talked about a little bit before. I mean, that definitely can use up them tires. And I know Garrett, you know, oftentimes he's good at saving his equipment. So I think if he can keep it up there on that outside line, same as Allen's doing at this point in time, I think in the long run they'll prevail. But right now, you're right, Jamie. Jonah looks fast.
Yeah. And Garrett's such a smart racer. You know, I know when I'm out there against him, if I'm doing something that's just, you know, pulling away from Garrett Kinder, then I'm kind of thinking, you know, maybe I'm overdriving the car a little bit. So I definitely use him as a gauge for my own race when we're racing against him in the Xfinity Series.
Yeah, I found myself a couple times kind of reiterating what you're saying there, Jamie, is, you know, I'm out there, you know, stepping out to a lead or putting a little bit of a gap on him, and I've got to question myself a little bit too, because lo and behold, you know, 25, 30 laps later, here he comes back again to my back bumper. So he's a smart racer for sure.
Absolutely.
Looked like there for a minute we were going to have a challenge for the lead, as Allen and Jonah both took the shortcut going down the front stretch down on the apron, and I even think Allen had a nose underneath Kinder, but Kinder running that high line's really been able to keep the momentum off the corners and keep that lead.
Yeah, but they're definitely keeping him close. They're stalking him pretty good. I mean, really, you got first 6 guys are within a second of him, so this is pretty good racing right now. It's exactly what I expected to see out of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, when we were looking at those qualifying times and watching these guys in practice, I mean, you could throw a blanket under the top 10, and it is no different come race time. You know, we're 13 laps into this, and you could throw a blanket over about the top 7 right now.
And look who's made his way into the top 10. Old Josh the Jet in the 17 car. He's up to 9th.
Let's check him out and kind of see a little bit of the line he is running. And he's got, you know, Jesse Necula on his back bumper right now. And he's running a little bit lower of a line as he comes through the corners. So we'll have to see how that plays out for him a little bit in the long run, but I'm sure he's he's hammered down, wanting to move through the field and probably sacrificing a little bit of tire just to get up there.
Yeah, this is some good racing between this group of 4 cars right here.
Yo, I just locked myself in this room and I can hit
Got
the
Aaron
glass,
Adcock.
so I
He's
can
making
go.
his way through it. He's wanting to get in front of these guys and start his march towards the front. He's got his eyes on the top 10 as Jesse Necula gets around Josh the Jet.
You can get the moth around it.
Yeah, Jesse's another one of those guys that I've noticed in the races that I've run with him. Another smart driver, one that knows how to save his equipment. You know, you don't see him for many, many laps, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you're like, where did Jesse come from? And you know, so there are a lot of guys out here with differing strategies at this point in time of how they're going to save their equipment and how they want to move up through the field. And again, we're on lap 17 of 67, so there's still a lot of racing to go. 50 laps for these guys here at Chicago, and the Geist Racing 100. So we'll have to see how it continues to go. And it even looks like, you know, Josh the Jet's kind of dropping back here a little bit. Aaron got around him as well, so he might have used his equipment up a little bit.
Yeah, he might have, but they've still got a ways to go. Sure, they're going to have to make a pit stop, so you know, he's still got time to work this out. Garrett is starting to open his lead up now to front. He's got a 0.7 second gap between him and Allen, and starting to spread out through the field a little bit. He's got the top 6 now. You know, they're 2 seconds back from him, where before they were less than a second. So Garrett's patience is paying off, and he's starting to open his lead now.
Yeah, absolutely. And he continues to kind of step away a little bit more and a little bit more. Allen, you know, that last lap, they were only separated by 4/100ths of a second. You know, so Allen's definitely keeping pace with him and moving along. But Garrett, since the green flag dropped, has taken this command of this race and doesn't look like he's going to let it go anytime soon. So we'll step back through the. Oh, we got a caution flag out. To see. Let's see. Well, I got the 9 car slow on the apron again.
And I see 35 of Kyle Roberts. He's got some damage, and is
goodness.
The 10 car of Dave Jones has got a lot of damage to the front and back.
35 is a mess.
Kyle Roberts just spun trying to get back to pit road. It looks like maybe he missed it.
Yeah, let me.
Not exactly sure what he's doing.
Not sure either there, and we kind of lost him here on the.
See some damage to the 01. I don't know if it came from the incident or not. That's Mike Isaac or Mickey Isaac. Sounds like somebody crashed again.
It sure does. Seems we got a few different things going on right now. I'm trying to keep up with what exactly happened on that caution there, but 35 car continues to pace around what's left of his car, I would say, which isn't a whole lot. He has got a ton of damage there.
Yeah, and the 227 of Brighton Danner, he's coming to pit road. See if he uses his fast repair here.
I
a lot of damage to that car.
Yeah, and I believe he was involved in that first accident.
He just used his fast repair now, so he was involved in the first accident, but I guess he decided to hold on to that fast repair, which was a pretty smart move because he was really tore up on this one.
35 car continues to kind of pace around the track. Not sure exactly what he's doing there. It definitely needs to get to pit road and get that car fixed. That car is not going to be able to keep race pace at all.
Looks like all of our leaders are coming to pit road now for their pit stops.
Let's get it up there and see how and Garrett is away and first off of pit road.
And with this stop here, they will definitely be good to go on fuel the rest of the way. I'm sure if we get another run and there's another caution, they will come and get tires, but fuel is no longer an issue at this point.
Now, I think from this point forward, they got what they got in the fuel tank, but I do think tires will be a premium. There was definitely some drop off during that run there, but those top 7-8 guys again running neck and neck with each other. A lot of really good racing here in this ARCA series.
Imagine if this happened in real life.
And while we got the chance here,
Land sea creatures come out.
Checking up on the front stretch. Is it possible to get a black clear for passing under the yellow?
Yeah, for sure, and a lot of good tracks, man. It's definitely be a fun series to run in if you meet the requirements to be in it.
Yeah, Kia. I know we have
So
some big cars on
anybody
that
watching
caution.
that's interested in getting in an ARCA car, they're definitely fun to drive. So
Thank you.
definitely hit up Matt Geis and the Original Rebels Racing League. You can find them on Facebook, iRacing. Get a hold of them and get out here and run. It's a good group of guys.
no, absolutely. These ARCA cars are a blast to drive. For those that really enjoy a driver's car, you can't beat these ARCA cars. You really got to get behind the wheel of it. You really got to learn what it's doing as it's going through those corners and how you input to the steering wheel and your gas and your brake. I know we were talking a little bit earlier, Jamie, about how you were running these cars at Lanier and how that was just an absolute, education and lesson on throttle control.
Yeah, for sure. These cars, more than the current Cup car or even the Xfinity car, you drive this car with the gas pedal. It's very sensitive to throttle input. You will lose it very easily. It seems like every track they're very loose getting off the corners, so you can't just mash the gas and go. It's not going to work in these cars. So if you can master that, if you can work that right foot, you'll do well in these cars.
Yeah, it is definitely an art form, and a lot of race car drivers to tell you will definitely steer the car more with the pedals than you will with the wheel. And we are back to green flag racing here at Chicagoland in the Geis Racing 100, and again, Garrett Kinder with a great restart and then immediately down to the bottom. I think he's trying to kind of build up a little bit better of a lead this time. Or, looking at his tire wear, might have found something off that pit stop. But Alan is right there with him as well in our 31 car of Jonah Colbert. And we've got, once again, great racing here, and those top 6-7 drivers, all of them under a blanket, as the whole field has kind of gone single file at this point in time.
Yeah, we'll see if Alan and Jonah are going to be maybe a little more aggressive this run, because I think they've learned that if they don't get Garrett early, they're not going to get him. The longer this run goes, he stays good, and he's just going to pull away. And as I say that, Alan's putting a nose underneath him and pressuring him for that lead.
I was just getting ready to say that. As you're talking about that, I do believe the intensity has picked up a little bit. And the aggression has picked up a little bit. I think they learned something on that first run, that they can't let him get away, or he's just going to stay out there and he's going to build that lead up. So I think Alan at this point in time is going to do everything he can in that 48 Chevrolet to get up there and take this lead away from Kinder.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and you got to go now. You got to make it happen. let him see what his car's going to do in the dirty air. That's, you know, one thing iRacing has gotten pretty good at mimicking is the effects of airflow on the cars. And just like in real life, you get out front, you've got the lead and get the clean air. It's a huge advantage over the people behind you. So,
you could just chill up here.
if I'm Alan, I'm doing everything I can to get around him right now, but he's not going to make it easy.
No, absolutely not. And
Except for the.
you know, you bring up a great point when it comes to the air, because a lot of times, you know, when we've been out there on races, and I've heard a lot from different drivers, when you're that second car in line, third car in line, you end up using up a lot more tire. That aero push becomes a very big deal. So the sooner you can get out there to the lead, and the sooner you can get out of traffic, the better you're going to be able to save your equipment and those tires. Because right now, Alan's doing everything that he can, but he gets within a car, 2 car lengths of Garrett, and that aero push gets him, and he can't get out from behind the wake of him.
Yep. And it looks like we got some newcomers up to the front group here. We got Charles Stevens running the 4th spot. He's sitting here patiently waiting to see if anybody's going to make a mistake and give him an opportunity. And Jesse Necula, as we've talked about, patient, smart driver, was back, you know, and made it to the top 10, and now he's sitting in the 5th spot. So some comers and goers here early on at Chicagoland.
It's exciting to see Jesse come up through the field like that, sitting in 5th spot and running a great race. And as we talked about earlier, Jesse's a very patient driver, knows when to push his car and when not to push his car, knows how to save his equipment. Obviously had a great pit stop, getting on and off pit road, gained a couple spots there, and he's staying in touch with the leaders. And that's the most important part right now. If you can stay in touch with them, and you can save that equipment, as they're up there battling each other, you hope that they're using up a little bit more, and then you can gain on them later in the run.
Yeah, that's right.
There's still a whole bunch of stuff.
Take a look back through the field here a little bit and see how some of the other guys are doing. Justin Hendry was really laying down some good practice laps and doing well in practice. Running out there right now with a damaged car. He's definitely has some right front damage. And I know from experience that tends to make that car a little bit tighter. Tends to use up that right front a little bit more. So, doing good so far. Keeping the car going, but, you know, I think it's going to probably take him a couple cautions to get that car fixed up and try to get back in contention right now, but sitting back in 12th place, so not too bad.
Right. And, Charles Stevens has made his way up to 2nd. I'm sorry, up to 3rd. I was looking at the wrong thing. So he's gotten past Jonah Colbert, take over that 3rd position. So he set his sights on out.
Hey, we just had the 426 of Todd get into the wall, and he got into the wall a ton. Right front is damaged really good, and so is his right rear. And a couple laps before that, as I was watching Joaquin Meza, he also got into the wall there a little bit. So it's like we got a couple guys here on some older tires that are struggling to figure out how to keep it on the track and how to stay out of the wall.
Yeah, as we see the leaders overtake Kyle Roberts in the 35 car, he puts him a lap down. I'm not sure if he had to use his fast repair early on, but he's definitely still got a lot of damage to that car from the last caution.
Yeah, he stayed out, and you're right. I'm not real sure if he used up that fast repair and didn't have that and decided to stay out, or decided to stay out and hope for a quick caution so he could stay on the lead lap and then go get his car fixed. But we've had a lot of green flag laps this evening, and I don't think that strategy worked out real well for him. Starting to get a little bit of distance here in the top 10. We've got the top 4 within about a second and a half of each other. And then it kind of fifth place of Jesse Necula is a little over 2 seconds behind our leader Garrett Kinder. And our second place car of Allen in that 48 Chevrolet is half a second back, and kind of like what we were seeing before, Jamie, in that first run, Garrett would step out to about a half a second. I think at one point he was 7/10 of a second up, and then it just equalized, and Allen was able to maintain the gap with him.
Yeah, and it looks like we're getting ready to have a repeat of that same scenario again. Although Charles Stevens, he's in third place and continues to keep pace with these guys. We'll see if he gets up here and mixes things up.
They are. Oh, and we got another caution again.
There's a pixie in a uniform down there.
Go back and take a look here and see. That's our 426 car who was damaged from before. So he'll be able to come in, and Todd should be able to get his car fixed up and be all right. And
see a lot of damage on the 6 of Tyler Rice.
To be honest, there might be more alters.
yeah, he definitely looks like he has gotten into the wall pretty hard with the right side of that car. And we've seen that with a few cars this evening. That is some very typical damage when you get into the wall here at Chicagoland. It'll wrinkle up that right front and that right rear.
3, 4, 5. Where are they? 5, 6.
Got some damage here on the 60 car as well of Kai.
This entire place has.
I don't know if it came from this accident, but he's got a little bit of right rear damage as well. We've got a few cars out here, and all our leaders are on pit road, or probably coming to pit road, I would assume shortly.
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, none of these have been broken.
And the 58 of Stephen McDonald has heavy damage on the rear end.
And here come our leaders to pit road.
They won't bring up my
And Allen decided to stay out.
Lucky Dog coming around the
outside.
Wraiths are annoying.
Not sure if they get bonus points for leading the lap, but that's it's an interesting strategy.
And 55 car as well of Kenny Leap has decided to stay out. So we have 2 cars that have stayed out with the rest of the field coming to pit road. So that is definitely an interesting strategy. And you might be right. I mean, it may be a matter of bonus points and being able to lead a lap.
Oh, that's so nice. How many are you smashing?
I don't know, Jamie. That's an interesting strategy. Just seeing how these cars act on new tires and how the fall off is with them. To stay out on what would be over 20 lap, tires. I don't know that that's going to work out real well for him.
Yeah.
Where are they? Where are their
Well, as we're saying that, I did not realize how far into this race we actually were. We've completed 61 laps. So there's only 6 laps left in this thing.
Well, we've completed 41 laps.
Alright, that wasn't bad.
Okay. Well, I am completely wrong on what I'm seeing here. Yeah, so my data was off.
We have 26 laps to go here.
To me what he was doing at that point. But now not so much. That's yeah.
Yeah, not real sure of that call, right there. And obviously, Allen, has a strategy. He was our pole sitter for tonight's race at the Geist Racing 100 here in the Magic Mike and Manzo Motorsports Arkham series. So he understands the track well. He understands his car well. So maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe tires aren't the thing, and he's pretty confident in his equipment and being able to stay up front. But my gut tells me that Garrett Kinder is going to get to the lead pretty quickly here.
Which would be my expectation too.
Yeah, we're destroying millions of alters.
So we definitely got the 01 up front as well of Mickey Isaac. And
Yeah, and Ken Leap will be starting in the second row to the inside there in third position. And Justin Hendry's made his way back up into the top 5.
Definitely has. He still looks like he's got a little damage on that right front. But with 25 laps to go, definitely time to roll the dice a little bit and gamble on some track position and see if you can't hold on to it. And maybe that's a little bit of what our pole sitter Alan's thinking is, you know, he's expecting some quick cautions here because I imagine the intensity and the race pace is definitely going to pick up in these last 25 laps. So maybe he's gambling and betting on people being aggressive and some more caution flags flying here.
Right, yeah, because, you know, every lap that they complete here, the patience is wearing thinner and thinner. And the room guys were given early on, they're not going to continue to give that room later in this run. So, you know, cautions breed cautions. I hope not. I hope they can run the rest of this clean and have a good race to the finish.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we got a couple of other guys up there. Jesse Necula sitting in 7th, and Joaquin Meza sitting there in the top 10 as well. So a lot of these front runners as we come to take the green flag here, and we'll see what this tire strategy plays out like. And Alan definitely gets a good jump there.
I'm trying to fight a minute by myself and it's hard. I don't like it.
And they are 2 by 2 through the field right now, and Garrett easily moves by Mickey Isaac in the 01 and has a head of steam coming for the 48.
There's probably so much more over now.
It looks like
right behind them.
Jonah, his patience is done, and he's been fast all night long, and he is coming in a hurry. So Garrett needs to make quick work of the 48 car here, or he's going to have a mirror full of Jonah very shortly.
And he's making the pass on the 48 for the lead. Those fresh tires, those 4 good feel-goods, they're definitely making a difference.
Absolutely, and he's back up in that high line and pulling away. And I think he's going to do a little bit of gap management here as Alan dips down to the apron on the front stretch to try to gain a little bit of time and keep pace with Garrett. But I think as those tires heat up, he is going to start losing positions quickly. I'm pretty sure a little 3-wide action behind him.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was hoping a few more people stayed out with him. But with only 2 cars staying out on old tires, not a lot of separation between him and new tires.
Yeah, if you get a group to stay with you, that might have been a better play.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that was a minute.
If you got the numbers, but yeah, just with him and the 01 staying out, unfortunately, that was not going to work out.
And we got Charles Stephen that has made a move to second place. We'll see if he's got anything for our race leader, Garrett Kinder, who is really, again, since the drop of the green flag, has had control over this race. He's had some challenges. You know, Alan's come up and challenged him a couple different times, and I know that Charles has been steadily moving through the field, and he had a little bit of a challenge from Jonah at one point in time, but it doesn't seem to matter who pulls up behind Garrett. He's been able to maintain this lead and control over this race.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that Charles is able to keep this pace with the damage to the front end like he has, because that's significant damage on that left fender.
I do not know.
It definitely is. I mean, the fender's kind of wrinkled up, the hood's a little bowed up, and you know, looking back at our 31 car of Jonah Colbert, you know, he was making a move there towards the front, but it looks like he got into the wall a little bit, and his right front is wrinkled up, which I'm sure is definitely causing his car to be very tight. So he is dropping back a little bit.
That's a spelunker. You've used pushed a lot of those.
And our pole sitter, Allen, has dropped all the way back to 8th place.
Wow.
Never had any.
And he continues to get past. With 18 laps to go, unless we get another caution, I'm not sure that he, hopefully he'll be able to maintain that top 10. But that is going to be tough for him to do with everybody else there on new tires. And Mickey Isaac in the 01 Chevrolet that stayed out, he's back to 10th place at this time. So our two drivers that stayed out and tried to gain that track position are now back to 8th and 10th.
Yeah, that move did not work. Hey, but we've been there.
Absolutely.
Feeling. I mean, I hate it for him because I know exactly how it feels. At the moment you think you're making the right call, and then you see the results of it, and you're just kicking yourself.
Yeah, definitely been there, a couple different times, and I agree with you. It is a terrible feeling when you make the call to stay out, thinking that some more people will stay out with you because there's only 25 laps in a race, and then it's a very lonely pace lap when the rest of the field goes down and gets those fresh tires, and then you watch them all pass you. So, but it seems to be same as the rest of the night that anybody that gets within a car length or two of Garrett picks up that little bit of an aero push and can't do anything with him.
Again, I'm still amazed that Charles Stevens in the 88 car is able to stay within 3/10 of Garrett with all that damage in front of that car. That is an impressive. He's got to be wheeling that thing. It's got to be pushing from that damage. He's got to be pushing from the aero push off of Kinder. Man, he's doing a really good job just to stay in his tracks.
I think his only saving grace right now, it is on his left front. He's keeping all that aero on his right front and still being able to plant that right front. But I agree with you. With all that damage to the front of the car, and he has stayed in Garrett's tire tracks. That gap has not changed. It'll go from 2/10 to 3/10 from time to time, but the gap has remained pretty consistent. Now, with 13 laps to go here and coming to 12 to go, we'll see how the tire wear plays out. I would expect that Garrett will start to pull away here a little bit, and that Charles gave everything he had to get up there and battle with him. But with that damage to the front of the car, I would expect that he's using up a lot more of his equipment than Garrett is.
Right. And we got a good little battle going on here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They're running right on top of each other. Looks like Jesse's Necula is trying to make a move on the 23 car to get that 3rd spot.
I'm dead now.
Two of those cars have been neck and neck for sure between Aaron and the 23 car and Jesse in the 29 car. And I've seen a lot of I haven't seen a whole lot of passing during this race. It just seems like when these guys get behind one another, these ARCA cars do not want to turn, and they're just kind of stuck there.
Right.
A lot of the passing that we've seen this evening during this race has been on the restarts and guys being able to get under each other and make those passes on those fresh tires. But once we get 3 or 4 laps into a run and everybody gets single file, hasn't been a whole lot of passing this evening.
No, that's not how you get a
No, there hasn't, and it's looking like it's starting to run out for Charles here in the 88 car. He's falling back off of Garrett now. He's back to 7/10 of a second behind, and Aaron is really starting to cut in to that gap. Looks like Aaron's going to be making a push here before too long for 2nd place.
Yeah, as we kind of pull it up here in the battle for 1st place, Charles Stevens has definitely dropped back. He's a 2nd back at this point in time, and it looks like Garrett, with coming to 8 laps to go here, has got command of this race as he as he has from the drop of the green flag. And he's done an outstanding job of understanding what that car can do and really understanding what line he needs to run to not only make it quick on those restarts and gain the track position that he needs to, but maintain it and be able to pull away in the long run. And, you know, on that lap right there, he's 0.2 faster than Charles in second place.
Well, of course they're coming towards you.
And Charles has got his mirror full of Aaron Adcock in the 23 right now, who has kind of separated himself from Jesse. In fact, he's made a move to the inside of Charles, but he backs out of it as they go down the back stretch.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this battle here for the next couple laps and see if that Aaron can make a move on Charles. As I think that Charles has really used his equipment up.
I haven't seen a pig run yet.
Wow, that was a really strong run off of 4.
And I've been searching these caves.
Sent it down into 1, and
If Charles can pull over the crossover, and he's going to be door to door with him going down the back stretch. And Jesse's loving this because it's closed him up to them.
I think right here the 23 is going to pull away and get that momentum off the high side and clears him. No problems going down the front stretch there. And now he's going to get a little bit of pressure from behind there from Jesse. We'll see if Jesse's got anything for him. Jesse really closed up the gap there and shoots down low on him.
And while this is going on, Garrett has opened up to nearly...
Oh! And Jesse and Charles get together there. Charles up into the wall.
Back from the last week's soccer race.
Oh, tough break for Charles there. He's going to get passed by a couple other cars, and now he's got right front damage as well. That hood is bowed up on both sides now.
Yeah. Jesse was definitely quick with the apology on the comms there, so doesn't sound like there's any hard feelings between the two. Just some good close racing that unfortunately, you know, it didn't bring out a caution. Well, it looks like Jesse's going to get the position back.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I love about the region. Yeah, these Rebel guys, and they're very respectful of one another. And Jesse definitely pulls down and slows down to give the spot back, knowing that, you know, he was a little aggressive getting in there and didn't want to take him out, didn't want to ruin Charles's race there, and to give the spot back, I give a lot of credit to Jesse there. That is a real class act.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure Charles appreciates it, even if he didn't probably expect him to do it. You know, classy move all around.
If you want to, sure.
Well,
It's your money that you're spending.
looks like, you know, Garrett has definitely got this thing in hand as he comes down the back stretch, coming to 1 to go, heading off into turn 3 and 4.
Yo, I'm getting... Why do I get so many ammo rocks while killing stuff in the ice?
With a 2.76, you know, 7 lead over Aaron at this point in time. All he needs to do is take care of that car and bring her home.
Oh yeah, we can now test stuff on IFC.
I tell you, Jamie, that was a lot of really good racing this evening, and Garrett definitely proved, you know, that he had the better car in the long run and was able to step out. You know, some of the guys battling behind him, but Garrett ran one heck of a race there, and as he comes and takes the checkered flag, congratulations to him and winning the Geist Racing 100 here at Chicagoland Speedway.
Absolutely, great job by everybody out here. Smart race by Garrett.
Spencer, that was a hell of a race, man.
Hey, Mage, I got something. Come
And
here.
we've got Aaron, the 23 car that comes in second place there from Florence, Mississippi. And then in third place, our 71 car, which I don't think we talked a whole lot about him this evening, but
We sure didn't.
Eric Burkhalter I guess, wins the prize of where the heck did that guy come from this evening? Because I don't remember mentioning his name at all, and all of a sudden, here he is, coming in the top 3.
All right.
Absolutely. Started 19th, stayed patient, got through those cautions, and here he is going to be in the top 3, and we'll be talking to him in just a few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, great race by everybody. And we'll pull up our results here from this evening's race, but just a great group of guys, great racing, a lot of give and take this evening. Can't say enough about these guys and the way they race. And again, there for them at the end to get together there a little bit and then give that spot back. I mean, class act, great racing, a lot of fun. Can't wait to interview these guys.
Oh yeah, sure.
Trying to see where our pole sitter ended up at for this evening.
Unfortunately, he went a lap down and ended up 21st.
No.
Oh, that was
I
tough.
had 63 bars.
It's just that tire strategy did not play out whatsoever. And for our pole sitter, who battled all night long to stay up there in the top 5, and to finish a race like that, I'm sure is pretty heartbreaking for him. But again, congratulations to Garrett, and we'll head over to the booth here and see if we can't drag him in.
I'm good. I have 63 bars.
Garrett, Jamie, and Patrick here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
So that was one heck of a race this evening. From the drop of the green flag, it seemed like you had control of the race. Tell me from your perspective, how did it go?
That high line was wicked fast, and I loved running it up there. I'm sure y'all race around me enough, you'll know I like running some alternative lines. I know there's a lot of guys running it behind me, but I can't remember the pole sitter. What was his name? He put up a heck of a race that whole time. He was right there with me. Pretty much the first, probably 2/3 of the race. I was really nervous coming in and getting my last set of tires on that last caution, but everything played out, and took a little game that worked.
No, absolutely. I think it worked out really, really well for you. Seems like we got a couple guys still on the race comms here. But
Yeah, that's like I was hoping.
so you had a couple pit stops there, and a couple of them under caution. So how were your tires looking after those pit stops?
Right front was about 90. It was more of a feeling thing more than anything. The tires, they fall off a certain amount, and then you just kind of hold the same speed, it seems like, and you never really lose a whole lot more until you fall completely off the cliff. And those cautions, I mean, they fell perfect for me. I was able to push pretty hard the entire time, and just as soon as those cautions fell, whenever I really started noticing the cliff was getting awful close.
Eric, if you did get podium, go into the waiting room.
All right.
Because I think if it's broadcast, they're
Garrett,
going
for
to
me,
interview you.
great race. It was a pleasure to watch you do your work out there tonight. Is there any sponsors you'd like to thank?
Absolutely. I want to give a shout out to my main sponsor this season, Kinder Farm and Ranch. Give a shout out to my niece, nephew, Colby and Kane, my whole family. They normally watch all these races. This one might have been a little late for them, but my dad's blowing my phone up, so I know he was watching. But thank all y'all up in the booth, Full Send Racing, Reaper Racing, everybody at Ritter Rebels. I want to give a special shout out to my boy Magic Mike. He's going through some health stuff, so just want to give a special shout out to him, let him know we're thinking about him. Also, my boy Griff, he just got done having some surgery today, and he's recovering pretty well. He ran a little bit in that Xfinity race, and I think it started getting to him a little bit, but hopefully they both heal up real quick and get back out here with us.
Absolutely, man. A couple great drivers, and we definitely missed having Magic Mike out here this evening, and got a chance to talk to Griff before the race, and send our prayers out to them. Hopefully they get healed up and get back out on the track. But again, Garrett, man, hell of a race. Congratulations on a win, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again soon.
All right, guys, appreciate it.
All right, take care. Let's see if we can't get our second place finisher up here. And let's see where he is at.
Maybe you forgot. Second stage, Dad. He's dead. Oh wait, Mage, I got the Jester arrows for you. Coming down like a Zulu.
Well, as
where's
I
my
try to
Where'd they
find
go?
him here, there he is.
Wait, I have so many arrows.
Aaron, Pat and
Unholy
Jamie up here in the
arrows.
booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, heck of a race this evening. Brought it home in second place. Tell me how the race went for you this evening.
I appreciate it. Didn't get a very good qualifying effort there. I spun coming to the white flag, so it didn't really work out on starting position wise. But those first cautions kind of played into my hand a little bit. I was able to run hard and still be able to get tires at every 20 lap stop, and that helped a lot. And just throttle control, these ARCA cars, it'll save tires real good, and once you get that down pat, you can kind of inch your way forward a little bit. And by the time I got to second place, I'd run out of tire and run out of time.
Yeah, it definitely seemed, for those guys that were running,
I finally got all my items
behind other cars, it seemed to be that you could get within a car length or two, and then you just couldn't make a move there. Were you feeling some sort of arrow push there running behind the leader, or did that ever come into play? Talked a little bit about, not having enough tire to get to him.
I have so much mana.
Tell me a little bit about how the arrow came into play.
Yeah, when you suck right up to the back of somebody, the draft will pull you to them, but getting around them is a whole nother story. Usually you can run that low line and it's the fastest, but once you get a little age on the tires, you kind of got to lift a little more, and that high side you can carry. You still got to lift, but you carry the momentum so well on the high side and just drive away. And what I felt myself doing a few times was if I got down below somebody and I couldn't get a great run to clear them, I didn't want to do a slide job and wreck them, but I noticed that I was going to wear my tires out trying to get around them, so I would just go back up high and kind of wait for them to either burn their tires up a little more or slip a little bit to where I could be able to, get that momentum to get around them. Yeah. Well, Aaron, hey, congratulations on a great run, coming from 15th to 2nd. Great job tonight. Do you have any sponsors you'd like to thank? Yeah, I'd like to thank all my guys over at Dark Horse Motorsports. We've worked good together all year in the truck series, and I hate that they wasn't able to race with us tonight. Griff's one of those guys that's on that team with me, and hope he gets to feeling better. And shout out to Magic Mike and Hitman Manzo. Appreciate them putting on this league. And Original Rebels Racing, it's a great league to be in. So if anybody's looking for a league, I highly recommend it. And I'd like to thank my family and my wife for letting me do this and the time that I do spend on sim racing, but I told her one day it was going to pay off, so maybe we'll get there. But I appreciate y'all for broadcasting as well.
Outstanding, Aaron, man. It's always a pleasure, man. It was a pleasure calling this ARCA race this evening and watching you guys battle door to door. And it's great to hear you guys talk about the Rebels and Magic Mike and Griff. And again, we're thinking about them, and hopefully they heal up and get back here out on the track and competing with us. But again, congratulations on the second place finish and bringing that number 23 car home with a great finish.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see y'all on the track next time, and y'all won't have to be in the broadcast booth, but y'all did a good job. I was listening to it on the phone, so it kind of gives me a little competitive advantage.
Well, we'll apologize for you having to listen to the two of us for your entire race, but we appreciate the compliment anyway there, Aaron.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good night.
All right, take care, brother. All right, let's grab our third place finisher here.
I think I'd have just pulled over and quit.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't know that I want to listen to the two of us, but somebody did. All right, let's grab our third place finisher here. Hey, Eric, it's Pat and Jamie up here in the booth. You got us?
Gotcha.
Well, I said at the end of that broadcast, you were definitely the winner of Where the Heck Did That Guy Come From? Kevin Harvick Award. Because I don't think we mentioned your name all night long, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, there you are in third place with a great finish. So tell me how your race went, and how did you bring that car home in third place?
A lot of
practice last night, Todd Shot, which was on my heels and he was coming, just my teammate, the one that got me in this league.
Sir, you're talking to the wrong person.
I hate it for him, but thank God he ran out of gas because he would have probably run me down. But he's the one that got me there. He pushed me through it, basically.
Okay, so it was getting a little tight on fuel there at the end, I guess, for you guys. I know tires played a big factor in this evening, and we kind of saw that on the last restart with a couple guys that stayed out and ended up falling way back in the pack. So tires were definitely a premium. So how was your kind of tire wear this evening, and what were you feeling out of them?
Well, honestly, I thought I messed up because the first caution we had, I went ahead and pitted. I thought I had 3 sets, and I only had 2. I knew I was going to have to play it safe, and luckily we got a pretty decent run before the next caution come out, and went ahead and took tires, filled up, so I know I could make it to the end and nursed them as long as I could. And I believe it was Spencer I was running with. Me and him were kind of neck and neck on where our tires were at. I think I was able to save a little better and get around him for third.
Well, I mean, you did an outstanding job bringing that car home in third place. And again, I almost feel a little bit bad we didn't even call your name during the broadcast, and then you brought that car home third. So congratulations to you and your team, and you could definitely tell the practice paid off for sure. So, JB, what do you got for him?
Yeah, I just want to say congratulations, and what a great run. Started 19th, finished third. Hell of a drive, man. Do you got any sponsors you want to thank?
Yeah, I've got to thank my team, Dirt Affliction. We do a lot of dirt track racing.
Wait, I don't have the crystal. You
I'm
gotta put
definitely
the
a rookie
crystal
in the asphalt stuff. Wife and kids obviously letting me do this while
Alright,
they're
go, quick.
sitting here supporting, watching. That's about it. Y'all guys for putting it on.
Outstanding, man. And again, congratulations to you on that third place finish. Great racing tonight here in the ARCA Menard Series, and pleasure talking with you, man, and looking forward to calling more races.
Yeah, it's a banana rain.
Appreciate it. You guys have a good night.
All right, take care.
And once
Well,
you can
that will
shoot 10
about
banana
wrap
rains
us up
at
from
the
this
same time.
evening, and from everybody at the Original Rebels Racing Network and from the Geist Racing 100 here at Chicagoland Speedway. Again, congratulations to our winner, Garrett Kinder, on a great race, a close race, a lot of beating and banging, and
Sim,
excited to be a part of it for sure this evening.
Straight over the port.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Oh,
a
so I
great
should
race.
aim lower?
Handful of cautions, a lot of green flag racing. So, good job by everybody.
I'm waiting for one of these to
A lot
bounce.
a lot of comers and goers in this race. Garrett started
Yo,
from
go
the
back to your
outside,
spot, dude.
and he won the race. But you look at the rest of the top 5.
Hey, so
Got guys starting from 15th, 19th, 18th, and 11th. So a lot of good runs from guys that started back in the field. And, showed some patience and some smarts and worked their way up and had good runs. So it was nice to see. And again, I want to give a shout out to Brighton Danner in the 227. The only rookie in the field. This kid's a rookie class driver. Well, I say a kid. I don't know. I've never met him, but I'm impressed with the fact that he comes out here with a rookie license, and he finishes 2 laps down, but I didn't see him cause anything tonight.
Wait, you don't have a Mega Shark?
He
Nice.
mind his
Hold
manners
on.
and had a good race.
Wyvern!
And, that's what we like to see around here. This league welcomes the new guys.
Now I
and,
gotta deal with this.
Glad to see people like him out here, and hopefully he's gonna stick around and he's willing to learn. Maybe he needs to just
Wait, it
get on
killed you?
coattails of people like Garrett.
No, dude.
Before long, we'll be talking about him
This
winning races.
Wyvern.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's very impressive for somebody to come out here with a rookie license, which really
Oh my god.
doesn't speak to that driver's talent. It only really speaks to how long they've been on iRacing and how much they've been doing it. And for him to come out here and run a clean race, and I know he got caught up in some early stuff, just being in the back of the pack. But like you said, Jamie, it didn't see him cause anything. Just went out there and turned laps and learned more. And I agree. When guys like that come out here and they put the effort in, and even when they get involved in those first couple of accidents, and they keep pushing, they keep the car going, they don't give up, and why they might bring it home in 25th place or wherever he ended up. It's a lot of great experience for him, and again, I'm sure we'll see him out here some more and slowly creeping up into that top 20, then 15, and then top 10. So I'm looking forward to that, and looking forward to some more of these ARCA races, and having some fun out here with these Rebels.
Absolutely.
Look, I was trying.
All right, well, that'll do it for this evening. Thanks everybody for showing up and watching the race, and thanks to everybody that supports all we do here at the Original Rebels Racing League and at work, and we'll see you next time. Take care.